Welcome to the first of our 5 scandals that shaped America for the better. We're revealing the shocking scandals that actually strengthened the nation. In 1972, President Nixon's re-election campaign broke into Democratic headquarters at the Watergate complex and then tried to cover it up. The scandal led to Nixon's resignation, the first and only time a U.S. president has resigned from office. It forced major reforms, including stronger campaign finance laws, expanded Freedom of Information Act access, and the creation of the Independent Counsel statute. It also proved that Americans believe the most powerful person in America should not be above the law. Watergate proves that sometimes the biggest political crime becomes the ultimate lesson in accountability. Next, Teapot Dome.
In the early 1920s, President Harding's Secretary of the Interior secretly leased U.S. Navy oil reserves in Wyoming, Teapot Dome, to private companies in exchange for bribes. It became the biggest corruption scandal of its era and led to the first conviction of a sitting cabinet member. The fallout forced major reforms in how the federal government manages public lands and natural resources, laying groundwork for modern conservation and anti-corruption rules in energy leasing. Teapot Dome proves that sometimes a massive oil bribe ends up protecting America's resources for future generations. Next, Crédit Mobilier.
In the 1860s and 1870s, executives of the Union Pacific Railroad created a fake construction company called Crédit Mobilier. They massively overcharged the government for building the Transcontinental Railroad and then bribed members of Congress to look the other way. When exposed in 1872, the scandal destroyed political careers and triggered a national backlash against corruption. It helped launch the long fight for civil service reform, eventually leading to the Pendleton Civil Service Reform Act of 1883 that ended the worst abuses of the spoils system, the practice of handing out government jobs as political rewards rather than based on merit. Crédit Mobilier proves that sometimes a railroad ripoff forces the government to clean up its own house. Next, Enron.
In 2001, energy giant Enron collapsed after years of accounting fraud that hid billions in debt. Thousands of employees lost their jobs and retirement savings, as investors collectively lost approximately $74 billion in market value, while executives walked away with millions. The scandal led directly to the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002, which created strict new rules for corporate accounting, auditing, and executive responsibility. These reforms fundamentally changed how public companies operate and restored some trust in American markets after the dot-com bust. Enron proves that sometimes the biggest corporate fraud becomes the reason companies can no longer hide the truth. Next, Tuskegee Syphilis Study.
Welcome to our 5th and final story in 5 scandals that shaped America for the better. From 1932 to 1972, the U.S. Public Health Service studied the progression of untreated syphilis in hundreds of black men in Alabama, without ever telling them they had the disease or offering treatment even after penicillin became available. When the story broke in 1972, it sparked national outrage. The scandal led to the creation of modern medical ethics rules, the Belmont Report, and requirements for informed consent in human research. It also helped establish institutional review boards that still protect patients today. The Tuskegee scandal proves that sometimes one of America's darkest medical betrayals becomes the foundation for protecting every patient who comes after. That's our final story. Expose more knowledge. Subscribe to Short Bites of History.